Your Honor, may I give the jury some samples of 62 X-ray?
You may not.
No, return it. Okay. 62 X-ray alpha. Let's look at that.
It depends. With so much jewelry, that might be categorized altogether with just jewelry.
What? That sounds very sketchy. Like shit could just disappear.
Can you look through that and tell me if there is a Richard Mill or Mille?
Is there a missing Richard Mille? Is there like $500,000?
Yeah, there's not a white one here.
Where the f is this watch, bro? Look at this, bro. This is missing. The YSL RICO trial has officially resumed. SLIMELIFE SHAWTY testifies to social media posts and lyrics about YSL. Pictures of Thug's house is shown to the jury when the search warrant was executed. Doug Weinstein hints that there's a missing $500,000 watch. They literally have all the jewelry up on the stand and he asks if that watch is there and the detective says no. Some sketchy stuff going on at Fulton County. Hit subscribe, here we go, boys.
Comes in. One of them is the instruction that we're going to give to the jury.
Clearly they're gonna have to tell the jury, hey, some defendants are missing. Don't even think about finding out how or why. But the trial is going to continue with just these two defendants, Shannon and Yak.
I have a proposed instruction from the state. I didn't see any proposed instructions from the defense. Were there any?
We sent it last night.
Here's a first look at Yak Gotti. Clean ass leather jacket on. There's Shannon and Max.
Mr. Kendrick is not interested in a mistrial without prejudice, Your Honor. So if that's not going to be granted,
all right.
One with prejudice is not going to be granted. We're not interested in without prejudice.
All right.
Good morning, Your Honor. We are in the same position. We are not moving for a mistrial without prejudice.
All right.
Can't believe it. Because both Quays took pleas. So the Quay issue, it doesn't really matter anymore when he said free Quay on the stand. All right, jury's coming in. Let's see the instruction they give them.
So I need to give you all an instruction. Members of the jury, you will notice that certain of the co-defendants are no longer before you for reasons that do not concern you. The prosecution of those co-defendants is no longer a part of this trial. You must not speculate, make assumptions, or draw any conclusions about the possible reasons for their absence, and their absence from this trial must not in any way affect your judgment or influence your verdict as to these defendants in this case. You must base your deliberations and your verdict solely on the evidence presented, and an individual determination of guilt or innocence must be made as to each defendant.
We all gonna sit here and act like a few of them aren't watching the trial. I'm telling you right now, a few of them are watching this. They know what happened. All right, Wooney Lee back up. SLIMELIFE SHAWTY almost caused a damn mistrial by saying free Quay. It wasn't his fault though, it was the state's fault.
If you can tell us, what are you wearing in 38NN?
Shorts, jacket, mask.
And does the shorts and the jacket have words on it?
Yeah.
What are the words?
Slap.
Do you
Make
have-
America slam again.
do you know who's the designer of that clothing?
Who made it?
Yes.
Miles.
Miles. Is that Miles Farley?
Yeah.
Do you call him Slatto as well?
Do I call him that?
Yes.
If you go about it.
Have you called him that before?
Yeah.
All right. The one with his arm over your shoulder.
Look like Yak.
You said it look like, is it Yak or?
Yeah, I think that's him.
All right.
He's being a tad evasive. Look like Yak. That's what he go by. Is that Christian Eppinger?
Who is in that picture?
My two friends,
And who are they?
BB and Christian.
Does the last name Eppinger sound familiar to you?
Yeah, I think that's it.
And BB, do you know his first name?
Rante.
On the caption, 2 emojis.
Yeah.
What are the 2 emojis?
I don't know what the first one is.
Okay.
The second one looked like a snake, or it might be like, I don't know.
Can't believe we're back to this again. I can't believe we're back to Instagram posts. I know they're trying to establish that he knows people in YSL, but can't believe the trial is continuing. Imagine if Thug was still there. Can't believe this. I thought this shit was gonna be over and everyone was gonna take pleas.
I just said it.
Okay, so you never wrote it. You just spit it from your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just spit it from your head. So trying to show a SLIMELIFE SHAWTY music video for some reason. I'm muting it because obviously I don't want to get copyright claim, but he's showing off Cleveland Avenue and shit, I'm pretty sure. So that's why. And that's the gas station that they all hang out at. There was Miles Farley in the video with them. Oh my god, the little kid just did the slat. Jury's not in the room. Max Shard has an issue with this video.
Just as a general proposition, I'm not sure why Wooney Lee performing under SLIMELIFE SHAWTY, a music video that he puts out, would be admissible in this case against my client and Mr. Kendrick for that matter.
60% of you aren't subscribed. Come on, hit the subscribe bell.
I understand the argument that they're all co-conspirators. I understand that that's a jury question, but I'm struggling on the furtherance of a conspiracy because I can't believe that we would all take the view and just take the view as a society that every song written is somehow in furtherance of a conspiracy, even if it's written by someone who's under investigation, as Wooney Lee was at one time. I'm not sure when this song was published. To me, just because Wooney Lee was once a co-conspirator doesn't mean his out-of-court statements just come in. And in this song, he engages in fiction and in hyperbole. Says, free Shannon. He the one who had them ranning with that cannon. Those words I would submit are part of this song because they happen to rhyme, but just because they happen to rhyme doesn't make them accurate or have trustworthiness or admissibility. And I would certainly object to just playing the song written by someone else that Mr. Stillwell has nothing to do with the writing, the lyrics, the production of, that references him committing crimes with firearms. That seems highly inappropriate, and I'm not sure what rule of evidence would dictate that that would be admissible.
All right, if these lyrics have already been litigated, though, we're not going to relitigate them now. So I think this was covered in that prior order. There is enough there that by a preponderance, this could be admissible under the co-conspirator exception. Now, whether the jury ultimately thinks that is the case or not is up to them, but evidentially speaking, the state has met its burden.
Just the portion, and I don't want to relitigate all the lyrics, the portion about Free Little Rod, I would ask that that be redacted from the video as impermissible character evidence. I do appreciate that it's in the indictment, but it's in like page 40-something of the indictment.
Well, the
4-hour.
jury's going to have the indictment back with them when they go to deliberate, so whatever page it's on, they'll have an opportunity to look at it. You know, they'll be instructed to consider all of the issues that they're supposed to be considering in this case, so.
The free low rod thing does seem like it could cause issues because he's a co-defendant, or was a co-defendant.
Y'all are not going to highlight that particular little 3 words, though, right? Okay.
Like portions that was at a gas station. Where was that gas station located?
Where, right here?
Yes.
On Cleveland.
Do you know the address on Cleveland, where it is?
No.
Do you consider YFN Lucci an op of YSL?
I don't consider him a YSL.
Within Instagram, have you ever talked about Lucci specifically with other individuals of YSL?
Yes.
And have you talked about him in a positive way, a negative way? What do you think?
Maybe clowning.
You clowned him?
Yeah, or laughing at something.
Okay. On God, what them N-words must done. They said something crazy. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that message on February 19, 2019? That N-word Lucci and some N-words said something about don't say slat because they rats. Does Scarface respond to you on the same day and say, F them boys, I'll have to talk to you in person? And then on the second page, do you respond, say no more slime?
So he just said he don't know about ops or whatever, but then she's impeaching him with stuff he was talking with other people about ops.
Of a rap song with Mr. Shannon Stillwell.
You said, did I do a video with him?
Have you been in a video with him with one of his songs?
I think so. I don't know if it was his song, but yeah, he was on there.
So this is a video of Shannon. I'm gonna have to mute it because I don't want to get copyright claim, but he goes, I just beat a murder rap, paid my lawyer $30 for that. Shard wasn't the lawyer at the time, and he never even actually beat it. He was out on bail or some shit like that. Like, he didn't beat a murder rap. It's not true. And he also says, me and my slime's above the law in this video.
OG.Bull slat talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Is slat a word that is used by members of YSL?
Slat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And what does slat mean?
It's just a word to use, like lingo.
Okay.
Slat.
And does slat have a
Anything.
specific?
It can mean anything you want, however you want to use it.
Can't believe we're still talking about what slat means. The jury's probably heard the definition of slat from witnesses. No joke 50 times. I know it's because he's another witness, but
Does slats mean slime love all the time?
If you want to use it in that way, you can, but it's up however you want to use it.
Have you used that to mean slime love all the time?
Not that I can't remember. I don't know.
Okay. Do you recall taking a plea in this case?
Yes.
And do you recall filling out some documentation when you took the plea in this case?
Yes.
All right. And in that documentation, was there a definition of what slat means?
I don't remember how. You asked me what do it mean. I'm telling you, it can mean whatever you want it to mean, however you want to use it.
Okay. So just so I'm clear though, is that one of the ways you can use it?
Yeah.
All right. And in that video, do you see Miles Farley?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you also see Mr. Comarvius Nichols in that video?
I don't know. If he was, I wasn't paying attention.
And in that video, is Mr. Stillwell wearing a YSL chain?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And to your knowledge, do you know if Mr. Stillwell was ever signed to YSL, the record label?
I don't know. I know he was trying to get signed.
she's trying to show the jury that YSL the record label and YSL the gang was different. He was never signing the record label, so why would he have that chain? Clearly he was part of the gang part. I'm sure the jury forgot everything they've heard. Like, think about these breaks. I mean, they have notes, but
Now, a few years ago, did you have the occasion to be present at a hearing involving Mr. Rodalius Ryan and Damone Blaylock?
Yes.
And were you present in that hearing to support Mr. Ryan and Mr. Blaylock?
Yes.
Okay. At some point during the course of that hearing, did you ever send a brain emoji or a rat emoji to a young lady by the name of R. Smith?
Think so, yeah.
Excuse me, M. Smith. What was your purpose of sending a rat emoji?
Because she was lying.
so he was at a hearing and sent the girl that saw Lil Rod shooting, apparently, a little rat emoji, I think. That's what's happening here.
And why did you send her a brain emoji?
Because she was lying, and I just didn't know what was wrong with her brain.
P.S. I'm sorry we made you Thug early, little Thug. Do you recall posting that?
Yes.
Okay. What made you post that?
I was listening to a song, and it reminded me of his situation. That was the lyrics to a song, Lil Boosie's song.
Okay. And what specifically about We Made You Thug reminded you of Mr. Ryan?
Like in the song, he referenced to himself as how the streets or your environment can take a childhood away from a kid, whether you're guilty or innocent or whatever the situation is. And I just felt like that related to his situation, that he had to grow up in the streets, and the streets can strip a child of a childhood.
Have you heard the term snitching?
Have I heard the term?
Yes.
Of course.
And what does snitching mean?
Telling on somebody or lying on somebody to make them go down for something.
And have you seen the rat emoji associated with snitching, or rats? That's a rat associated with snitching.
Yeah. You said what it was in his hand?
The white shirt and the cup in his hand.
It looked like Big.
Okay. Do you know Big's real name?
Darius.
All right.
Darius Ford, I believe, the guy that got killed. The state says by If Gang.
I can't see their face that good.
Okay.
Y'all know we into it, you gotta keep on this. Don't come to no club. Don't come outside, don't do shit. Stay your ass in your mama house. In the basement, making beats and shit. Bring your ass.
Now, first things first, is that you?
Right there, yeah.
Okay. And that's you speaking, correct?
Yeah.
Hey, look though. You got more money than you nigga, more you nigga, more brother than you nigga, more whatever. I don't think y'all nigga got more than us. Is dead now.
This in your video? Yeah.
You niggas got more dead niggas. Hey, I don't think you niggas got more than us. Is dead niggas.
Is that you when you said the only thing that they have more of us is dead N-words?
You said, was that me?
Yes.
Yeah.
God.
Good luck, right?
Okay, good luck. Oh, shit, what's my God?
Zion Road now. Mount Zion Road. You nigga was not at the bottom. Shit been telling me. That ESPN got bomb on me because we blowing niggas down. Tattoo too. A long child with heart. You know what I'm saying? Heart broke kid shit.
I got ill out in 13.
Do what?
I refer young nigga which line?
You said that you had ESPN tattooed on you. What does ESPN mean?
I don't know.
Every slime played nasty?
Yeah.
Have you ever used ESPN to mean every slime played nasty?
Not that I can recall, I don't remember.
Okay.
I refer young nigga which line?
This shit is in blood. We wrote this shit in blood.
I had before slime.
And we also wrote it on niggas' tombstones.
You said we wrote that shit in blood, and we also wrote that shit on a nigga's tombstone and went like this? Shh.
That what it sounded like I said.
Why is he self-snitching? You're talking about Donovan Thomas's tombstone? It is about Donovan Thomas's tombstone. Oh my God.
Is that a tombstone?
It looked like it.
Okay. Are you able to see the name of the tombstone? The name on the tombstone?
It say, Dunn. I don't know what the rest of it say, but Thomas Jr.
All right. And do you see the word SLAT graffitied over his tombstone?
Yes.
And I asked you earlier about the ops. Would Donovan Thomas Jr. be considered an op of YSL?
I don't know.
This is a bad look, but this is like some of their best evidence. It's literally just people talking on camera. They don't have like real evidence, I feel like. It's literally just like self-snitching and snitching. Like all the phone records and all that shit don't really show much, in my opinion. All right, Max Shard up for cross. Let's see what he does here. Try to pick apart SLIMELIFE Shawty.
Okay, and you know Shannon, correct?
Yeah.
The picture you just saw of the tombstone, you ever see that picture before today?
When they showed it to me, I think.
When who showed it to you?
She showed it to me last week, I think.
She being the prosecutor?
Yeah.
Miss Hilton? Okay. So, and you vlog, I think you're calling it a vlog, you made a reference, a tombstone, correct? All right, and were you referencing Donovan Thomas's tombstone?
No.
Well, let me just ask you about Donovan Thomas's tombstone, okay? Did you deface Donovan Thomas's tombstone?
No. I actually thought that was, I thought somebody just made that. I didn't know somebody actually went there and did that to his real tombstone in real life.
When you're saying you actually thought that, are you talking about when you made that vlog? You thought that, or?
I wasn't talking about that. I wasn't talking about his tombstone because I was talking about ESPN, and I said we wrote ESPN on the nigga tombstone. I never said we wrote SLAT on the nigga tombstone. I didn't hear that in the video, so I wasn't talking about his tombstone.
Okay, so let me just ask you this. You said you personally did not deface any have you defaced any tombstones?
No.
Okay. Have you been present for the defacing of any tombstones?
No.
Okay. Regarding the picture you just saw on the screen of Donovan Thomas's, or the tombstone that said Donovan Thomas, do you personally know who did that?
No.
Do you know if it was one of your friends that did that?
I think I would know if they did that, but I don't know them doing that.
Do you know if it was another rapper who did that?
No, I never heard nobody. I never found out or heard nobody say they knew who did something like that.
So Max coming in hot, casting doubt on the whole situation, separating SLIMELIFE Shawty from it.
Know if it was a fan who did that?
I don't know who did it.
Do the people that run YSL record label run Alamo?
No.
Okay, are they the same people? Do the people that run Alamo run YSL?
No.
Record label, okay. All right, what year did you sign with Alamo?
2018.
Okay, now let me ask you this. As a signed artist, do you have a team behind you at the record label?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thinking where he's going here is the team was posting on his social media and all that. It was never him, really.
signed, do they book your shows for you?
Management do that.
Okay, all right, management does that. How about designing the graphics on your albums and things like that?
Yeah, they do that.
Okay, how about studio time? Who's in charge of booking studio time and paying for studio time?
The label and managers.
And your social media presence right now, do you have Instagram, Twitter, etc.?
I don't even know. I don't even run my Twitter. My label and team do that type of stuff.
That was my next question. So as a signed artist, are you responsible for the tweets that you put out?
No.
Are you responsible for the Instagram posts that you put out as a signed artist?
Not 100% of them.
Okay. Does your record label utilize social media to garner their artist, you, attention?
Yeah, like they might feel like they know the best things to post or to say.
Is it part of a promotional plan?
Yeah.
These studio sessions that you're able to have the label book for you now, did you include references to YSL
Yes.
in your songs
Yeah.
and in your social media posts, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and YSL, of course, is a label that at the time, you're younger than Jeffrey Williams, correct?
Yeah.
At the time when you were trying to make it through, YSL, in fact, had a very popular artist on that record label, correct?
Yeah.
Being Jeffrey Williams performing as Young Thug, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Associating yourself with YSL, in your experience, were you able to bring in fans and potential fans and get them to pay attention to you by doing that, by associating yourself with YSL?
Of course.
Okay. Was that part of your strategy?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
SHARDT trying to show the jury that he was using YSL to get more popular, not as a gang type shit.
Media that you would put on YouTube to garner attention to yourself.
Yeah, rappers do that.
Okay. Do you do that?
I was a part of that one.
Okay. Is that the only vlog you've ever released to the internet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I never really released no vlog. I mean, like, I didn't release it, but I guess, like, you know, the cameraman, the camera crew that be around or whatever, they release it and name it whatever they want to, but yeah.
But you took part in it?
Yeah.
You willingly took part in it, right? And you wanted people to see you on the internet because you thought that would boost your career and the number of people that would potentially buy your music, correct?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your relationship with my client, Mr. Stillwell. What year did you meet Mr. Stillwell?
Probably 2019, maybe.
When you met him, would you consider him a friend?
Yeah. Whenever he came to the studio or somebody was shooting a video or something like that.
Okay.
Or a show or something.
So you just named three things: Shannon coming to the studio, someone shooting a video, or at a show. Let's unpack that. First of all, it seems that you're saying that your relationship with Shannon, you were friends, but it revolved around music. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's how we met.
Wearing a hoodie and a pair of shorts that say SLAT and Keep America Slime, and it has make, I think it has make crossed out, and it says Keep America Slime. Who made those clothes?
Miles.
Okay, when you say Miles, who's Miles? Miles, is that Miles Farley?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Miles Farley a rapper?
Nah.
He makes clothes.
Yeah.
That's how he makes a living, correct?
All right.
And he sells these clothes around Atlanta and around the world, correct?
All right.
And these particular clothes that you're wearing were in fact made by Miles Farley, correct?
Yeah.
And is Miles Farley a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Does Miles Farley, these clothes that he sells, is it limited to only people that are rappers for YSL? Or does he sell it to the public?
He said anybody who want to buy it.
Okay. And did he ask you to wear them?
I'm pretty sure he probably wanted me to wear it.
And did you wear these clothes to do Miles Farley a favor?
Yeah.
To get his clothing brand out there so more people would buy those clothes.
Right.
And so that he could make a living.
Right.
In his lane of this hip hop universe, correct?
Yeah.
SHARDT's trying to separate YSL as a gang from YSL as record label, merch, all that shit.
Do you see the words to the right, the caption?
Yeah.
And this is on OG Bull's page?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, those words, do those words look familiar to you?
Yeah.
And when I say the words, I'm saying F-U-C-K, the other side, put them on TVs about my dogs, going on. Those look familiar to you?
Yeah.
Whose words are those?
And lyrics to my song.
Those are lyrics to a song that you wrote?
Yeah.
Were you speaking about a specific other side when you wrote that?
Specifically? No. I mean, not nobody in specific.
This idea of the other side, or OPPS. If I were to go on YouTube and just pull up random songs, random hip hop songs released in 2024, would I see hundreds of rappers talking about their OPPS?
Objection, speculation.
I don't know what the question's going to be.
It's just like an industry standard for lyrics to talk about ops. It really is. Like, there's people that rap in songs about ops when they don't have ops. Like, it could be a lie, you know what I mean? He's trying to cast doubt on lyrics.
In the year 2024, and even the years before, then leading to where we are today, has the concept or the theme of ops, is that a common theme in hip hop?
Objection, things are common.
To his knowledge, I'll permit it.
To your knowledge?
Everybody got ops when they make music.
Right. So rappers, you've seen rappers in Atlanta use the term ops.
And music, yeah.
You've seen rappers in other cities use the term ops.
Yeah.
You've seen rappers in London, England, or other countries using the term ops, correct?
Yeah.
There's nothing unique about the term ops
No, not me.
in music by YSL or music by SLIMELIFE, SHAWTY, or anything else. That's a common theme, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever killed anyone?
No.
Okay. Was what you said in that lyric fiction?
Yeah.
Pointing out cap raps.
Is a lot of your music fiction?
Yes.
Okay. On this post, we have a picture of you and Shannon at the studio, and Shannon posting lyrics that you wrote, correct?
Yeah.
and that you are telling us now you wrote them as a work of fiction. They're not true, correct?
All right.
You used to hashtag your projects
Yeah.
and try to let the public know that you're working on something, right?
All right.
And you would want the most views you could for your post, correct?
All right.
You'd want it out there. You'd want it reposted.
Yeah.
Where association with Slime and SLAT and YSL was able to work for you, correct?
Yeah.
Affiliating yourself musically with YSL led to a whole nother unaffiliated record label signing you to a contract, didn't it?
Yeah.
Association with YSL got you clout, got you signed to big labels and shit. It wasn't about gang shit. It's trying to separate YSL as a gang, pretty much.
And part of growing that grassroots following is the social media posts, the hashtags, the free studio time,
Yeah.
wearing the clothes, correct?
Yeah.
Have you seen athletes wipe their nose
Yeah.
to celebrate a sack or a touchdown?
Yeah.
Literally every week in the NFL, someone does this. All right, Weinstein's up for cross.
Most of your interactions with Yak were related to recording in the studio and music. Is that correct?
All right.
Did you guys do a song together?
Yeah.
What was the name of that song? Do you remember?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
I don't think we ever dropped it.
Never dropped it, but you got it on a reel somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think so.
In other words, your relationship with Yak is music oriented, right?
Right.
Those songs, are all those songs factual?
No.
Are all those songs autobiographical, things that you actually did?
No.
So even though you came up on Cleveland, even though you're a rapper, you have an imagination? Is that correct?
Yeah. Every artist do.
Every artist does, right? You don't lack an imagination because you're a rapper.
Right.
Okay, and once that's all recorded, who edits that? Do you edit those vlogs?
No.
There's some other editor that does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. You have any input into that?
No, I didn't even know it was gonna get dropped.
Okay, and talking about that, there's a lot of people that have input into the vlog, right?
Doug is so funny, man. Vlog. I got 300 vlogs on this channel, if you don't know.
But also into your lyrics, is that correct?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes. So do your producers have input into what goes into those lyrics?
Labels may make suggestions on what you should say or how you should say some stuff or what you should drop or what you should not drop.
Okay, so when we're looking at lyrics that you're singing, you may or may not have written those lyrics, correct?
Yeah.
Even if you have written those lyrics are maybe the product of input from the record label, right?
Yeah.
And there's certain things the record label wants in those lyrics, correct?
Yeah.
There's certain things that are part of the genre of trap music that might be in there, or drill music, correct?
Yeah, it depends on the image that.
Okay, Doug. Trying to tell the jury that record labels can control shit, which is 100% true. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've met record labels. I've met with Republic Records, Atlantic. At one point, I've even heard about a record label recommending to a child to get a face tattoo who was an artist. So I've seen this shit, bro.
What was the image they were pushing for you?
Slime, I guess.
Slime. Okay. And so there's certain tropes, there's certain things that need to be in there, correct? And the label wants you to have those in there.
Objective speculation.
Well, from your experience, does the label want you to have certain things in those lyrics?
I would think so.
Matter of fact, I've met with the guy that owns his record label before, Alamo. I've met Todd Moskowitz several times. He's a really cool guy. All right, redirect with Miss Hilton.
Yes. Are you signed to a subsidiary of Alamo Records?
What does that mean?
Are you signed to OTF?
No.
Have you ever been signed to OTF?
No.
Why's she bringing up OTF? He's friends with OTF, right?
Wearing an OTF chain. What is that chain for?
I was gifted that chain. I never signed no paperwork with OTF.
Is OTF affiliated with Alamo?
On paper, I don't know. But they have an OTF artist that's signed to them.
Just because you have an OTF chain don't mean you're part of OTF. Lil Skies had one. Dirk would just give those chains to anyone, bro. Literally. Like any rappers he was friends with.
So when you have the direct messages, is that you responding back and forth to individuals?
To people I know?
Yes.
Probably so.
Do your managers control the words that come out of your mouth?
Not the words come out my mouth, but they control the, what's it called? When you upload something, the captions.
Okay, but not the words that come out your mouth.
No.
And with some of the songs that you've heard that talk about ops, in those instances, are you aware of people who are part of maybe that rapper's groups actually committing violence against the ops?
Hold on, say it again.
Sure. So they asked you about rappers who talk about the ops. Do you remember that?
Uh-huh.
In those songs, if the rappers are talking about the ops, are you aware if there has been any violence towards the ops that they are referring or talking about?
In the songs? I don't know.
I'm not sure if we're talking about a specific example.
Sustained. He said he doesn't know anyway.
Sure. When you were asked about...
Go ahead and ask your next
What song? Like, what are you saying?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just ask your next question.
You were asked about whether you've seen athletes use the word slime or slat and wipe their nose. Do you remember being asked that question?
Yeah.
The athletes that you were thinking of, are any of them associated with the gang YSL?
I don't know what they're associated with.
Athletes that you were thinking of in the Cleveland Avenue neighborhood?
trying to really hammer it home that they're not from Cleveland Avenue.
Now, you were asked about whether your songs are fictional. Do you remember being asked a series of questions about that?
Yes.
All right. In the song that we played, Where You From, do you talk about Cleveland Avenue?
Yeah, I think I said I'm from Cleveland Avenue.
Is that a fiction that you're from Cleveland Avenue?
No.
Huh?
No.
Okay. You talk about Little Rod in that song. Is that a real person?
Yeah.
So that's not fiction. Is that fair to say?
She pointing out all the stuff that's true in his songs now, because the defense pointed out all the stuff that wasn't true.
You talk about Shannon in that song. Is that a real person?
Yeah, he's a real person.
Do some rappers rap about their lived experiences or rap about crimes that they have committed in the past?
You said that they rap about the crimes they have committed in the past.
Yes, to your knowledge.
I don't know if it's real or fake, what they did in their past or not. I don't know.
All right, so some medical examiner. Thugger Daily tweeted that she's here for a murder no one in the courtroom is involved in. So, you know how I feel about that, but...
You can see soot on a person's body, assuming there's nothing between the muzzle of the gun and the person who is being shot, up to about 12 inches. After about 12 inches, then that soot doesn't have enough energy to reach the person's body and deposit on it. Also exiting the muzzle of the gun are burning and unburnt gunpowder particles that can strike the skin and make small scrapes in the skin called stippling. Stippling is seen on the body from a distance of a few inches to up to about 3 feet for most handguns. This is one of the standard sets of photos. It's called a facial identification photograph that simply shows the decedent's face.
Oh, so this is about Lil Rod's autopsy.
The decedent's body bag is open, then the doctor is looking at the person for any evidence of natural disease processes and any injuries and documenting that. At the same time, the forensic technician is writing down any clothing or personal effects that were received with the person, and the photographer is taking photographs of the person as they are received with clothing or medical intervention and then without, and then also any external evidence of natural disease processes and injuries. This is the back of Mr. Holmes's head. His head is lying on a head block. His face would be towards the top of the picture, and the back of his head towards the bottom of the picture where the small ruler is. And there's a gunshot wound of the head that's partially seen in this photograph.
Why did they just show that? They just showed the back of this kid's head with a bullet hole in it, bro. All right, this next person is a cop who was there when Thug's house was raided when they got arrested in May 2022.
Were you ever a detective in that zone?
Yes, I was promoted to detective in 2000, I believe it was 2012. Assist in high-risk search warrants. They often assist a SWAT.
At this point, I'm going to object to relevance, how he got involved.
Sustained.
I'm not trying to be a creep here, but he just said Thug's address. Go ahead and Google the address, and it looked like it was sold in May of 2024. They've been trying to sell this house since September of 2022 since he got arrested, probably right around when the address got public. Sorry for being a creep, but had to look.
Is that in Atlanta, Georgia?
It is.
Is that in Fulton County?
Yes.
So what time did you get to 355 Allison Drive? Roughly.
Roughly around 6 p.m.
Did other members of the APD gang unit assist in the search?
Yes.
Before you all assisted in this search, was anyone...
All right, so let's go through these pictures.
So Mr. Jeffrey Williams was detained. Mr. Martinez Arnold was detained.
Duke.
Mr. DeMonte Kendrick was detained.
Yak.
And then there were other individuals inside as well, including a cleaning crew, and Mr. Williams' 15-year-old son was present.
Damn, Thug's son was there to see all this bullshit. That's sad.
Did you go in through the front door?
I did.
Can you describe for the jury what this area of the home is?
So this is the main level after you walk in with the living room and then a open kitchen to the left.
I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 7, X-ray. Is that a piece of clothing that was found in the house?
Yes, that was a hoodie that was located on the counter as well. So the initial search warrant drafted by Investigator Viv Rito was, the scope of the search warrant was for gang paraphernalia and cellular devices.
And did you ever work on getting any additional search warrants that day?
Yes, once.
It's honestly kind of crazy they're allowed to still show this to the jury because Thug pled guilty to all this. Now, yeah, God, he got charged with stuff too, so that's why, but...
It's a container of a substance we believe to be marijuana.
Not weed. Oh no, someone has weed in their house. Oh no. I didn't see any individual baggies or anything. I just saw weed in a container.
Did you all look in that satchel?
Yes.
I'm going to publish 11 X-ray. What all was inside of it?
Inside was a Ziploc baggie containing suspected marijuana.
There's no individual baggies. What's going on here? I thought there was evidence of them selling drugs and shit.
What are those bottles to the left?
Those were open bottles of promethazine codeine cough syrup. That was a firearm that was located on. Yes, it was loaded with a magazine containing ammunition. In this photo is a large bag containing suspected marijuana, as well as 2 firearms that were located next to the bag of marijuana.
Is this the second firearm that was in that kitchen cabinet?
Yes.
And what type of firearm is this?
This is a Smith & Wesson semi-automatic firearm.
And what type of firearm was this?
That is a Glock firearm.
White powder found in that secret compartment?
Yes.
And was it in any type of container?
I do not recall what type of container it was in. I believe it was in a plastic bag.
And in total, how many bottles of what was suspected to be promethazine or codeine found in the home that day?
We recovered a total of 33 bottles.
All right, 33 bottles is a lot, but Thug was out of town. He was across the world.
Are these the items lined out from what were collected in that brown bag we were just looking at?
Yes.
What is that to the left of those clothes?
Appears to be it's a Glock. Well, I say it's a firearm with an extended magazine.
And have you ever encountered or familiar with something called a switch?
Yes, I'm familiar.
What is that?
It's a device that attaches to the rear slide of a firearm, usually a Glock firearm, which illegally modifies the weapon to fire as an automatic machine gun.
They're showing this Glock with a switch, but Thug already pled guilty to it. The RICO statute is so flawed. All right, Doug Weinstein up for cross.
You said this home was Jeffrey Williams' home, correct?
That's correct.
Are you aware of all the other people that were living in the home at the time?
Not all of the individuals, no.
Okay, but you were aware other people other than Jeffrey Williams were living in that home at the time?
There were definitely other people that were residing in the house.
Mr. Kendrick was not one of the people that resided in that home.
We have reason to believe that he was living in the residence for some days leading up to the search warrant.
He was a guest in the home, correct?
It depends how you want to say he was a guest, or was he staying for an extended stay?
Okay.
I don't know.
This house was like a party house, wasn't it? I mean, what's your opinion when you saw that?
Objection, Your Honor.
You talking about the red cups?
Yeah, the red cups.
Uh-huh.
How many, I'll call them red Solo brand cups. How's that? Okay. How many of those red Solo brand cups do you see there?
Just depicted here in the photo, I can see at least 7, maybe 6 or 7.
6 or 7, and they're in those like a racking a billiard cue setup, right?
That's correct.
Is that the type of thing that you have one of those in your home?
I do not know.
Okay. Neither do I, but I guess that's neither here nor there.
No, it's not. So let's not
what
be
about
making commentary.
Okay, Your Honor. You know, this home was occupied by, or the resident of this home, is someone that suffered from problems. Are you aware of that?
Objection, Your Honor. Assume the facts not admitted in evidence.
Sustained.
The marijuana that you found, what appears to be marijuana that you found in the home. Was Mr. Kendrick holding that marijuana when he was apprehended, arrested?
No.
Were any of these drugs that you've shown today, were any of these drugs taken off of Mr. Kendrick?
No, not off his person, no.
Okay. What about the numerous weapons that's been shown to you today that you've shown? Were those taken off Mr. Kendrick?
Not his person, no.
Were they found within his arm length?
Within his arm length, no.
Okay.
I mean, it does look like a party house with a bunch of drugs and shit. It doesn't really look like a house that's, purpose is to distribute drugs. It's mainly because there's no individual baggies or anything like that. I didn't see any pictures of a scale or anything.
Your Honor, may I give the jury some samples of 62 X-ray?
You may not.
They'll return it. Okay. 62 X-ray alpha.
Wait, what? Is he talking about the weed? What was he talking about?
Okay, look, guys.
I did not want to get the jury high, I just want to be clear.
I did not want to give the jury samples of Delta H, point whatever it was, 3% THC, quote unquote drank, which wasn't, of course, drank at all. I wanted to take a couple of those dozen bottles that were in evidence, hand them to the jurors so that the jurors could pass them around and see that they're basic stuff labeled for commercial sale, thus helping demonstrate how they're legal. So, for example, they've got nutrition labels on the back. They've got warning labels on the back. They have all the directions on how to drink it. So I was hoping to pass that around. So when I asked the judge if I could give samples of that to the jury, I didn't mean to crack open the bottle and everybody down THC. I meant to pass the bottles around. But it's not the judge's fault. It's my fault. I didn't word it clearly. That was not an attempt at humor.
Watch the axe face, bro.
Your Honor, may I give the jury some samples of 62 X-ray?
You may not.
They'll return it. Okay. 62 X-ray alpha. Let's look at that. Can you read what's on the front label of 62 X-ray alpha?
Sure. It has YSL, Young Stoner Life, slime drink syrup, pink cotton candy, 420 milligrams, 8 THC, net weight 5 ounces, 150 milliliters.
Okay, and what's before the 8? Does that look like a delta to you, like it says delta 8?
Yes.
Okay, so it's delta 8 THC, at least according to the label, correct?
That's correct.
And that's the same kind of delta 8 THC that you can buy all around Atlanta at the stores?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's trying to hammer at him that it's completely legal. It's not fucking meth or heroin or some shit.
Back to the warning just a minute. Would you just read the first sentence of the warning, please?
In accordance with the provisions of the 2018 Farm Bill, this product contains no more than 0.3% Delta 9.
You can just say THC if you'd like.
THC on a dry weight basis.
Okay. So again, this is assuming this is correct as to what's in it. This is the same type of thing that is available for sale around Atlanta.
It may be. I haven't seen it in the...
So this does not seem like a particularly nefarious product, given the warning, the ingredients, the directions. It's like any other product you might buy, correct?
I guess it's any other Delta 8 product.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Are you familiar with property evidence summary reports in general? Property reports. Are you familiar with those?
Yes.
Remember, they wanted to seize all of Thug's property, but it's still up for litigation. The judge didn't really rule on that. It's going to go to like civil courts, I believe.
I don't recall off the top of my head where the jewelry was located.
But it was found in Mr. Williams' home, correct?
Correct.
Holy shit. This is probably millions of dollars of jewelry.
Same picture, just it shows more of the jewelry and watches. More jewelry. Looks like there's some rings.
And DK11D, what are we looking at there?
There's a sunglass case, a ring case, more jewelry.
Okay. And would you agree that this property likely, just upon looking at it, has significant value?
Most likely, yes.
Okay. And would this be something, when you were doing an itemized evidence report, that you would list piece by piece into that report?
Piece by piece? It depends. With so much jewelry, that might be categorized all together with just jewelry.
What? That sounds very sketchy. Like shit could just disappear. All of it just jewelry? There's like multiple little pieces of jewelry. That literally looks like 100 different pieces of jewelry. What?
What are the procedures in place to make sure that all of this jewelry is properly tracked and doesn't walk off at some point?
Well, you would place it in an evidence bag, create a property tag for it, and secure the evidence and turn it into property.
So if there was any particular piece of jewelry that had significant value and it was amongst here, you would have put that in a property bag and it would still be in the possession of evidence. Is that correct?
Any property that was seized would be in a property bag and submitted to evidence.
Disappeared from the home and didn't appear in the property bag with evidence. Where would that property be?
If it disappeared from the home?
Yes.
And not in property?
Yes.
I couldn't say where the property would be.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Wait, what? Is he hinting something was missing? All right, Max Sharp for cross.
The 6 firearms that you collected on May 9th, 2022, do you have any information that even suggests that these firearms, any of these firearms, match any shell casings or any ballistics from the March 14th, 2022 shooting of Chamel Drinks?
No, as I said, I have not reviewed the ballistics results from those firearms being test fired.
Trying to separate these weapons from any of the murders or crimes because I don't think these weapons match anything, to be honest. At least the state hasn't showed evidence of that because they suck.
When you executed the search warrant, May 9th, 2022, my client Shannon Stillwell was not present.
No, he was not.
Do you know how long Mr. Williams had owned this residence?
I do not know the approximate time he owned it.
Okay. Fingerprints in that residence. Are you aware of any fingerprints belonging to Mr. Stillwell that were ever located in that residence?
I am not aware of any.
How about DNA? Any of Mr. Stillwell's DNA?
Not that I'm aware of.
Do you have any evidence at all that Mr. Shannon Stillwell has ever, even once, been present, visited, ever gone to that residence on Allison Drive?
I do not have any evidence that he's been to that residence.
Just doing a great job at separating his client from all those pictures.
And with that secret compartment in the pantry, do you remember that?
Yes.
Did you need a passcode or anything to open it?
No.
Is it easy to open up that pantry door?
Yeah, it's easy to open up if you know where it is.
I mean, they don't have any evidence of them hiding anything, though. Is he hinting that someone saw them hiding shit for the 30 minutes? Like, that shit could have just been in there.
Some chains recovered from the residence. Watch, rings.
All right, Doug Weinstein up for recross.
Detective, that's all the jewelry that was seized right there. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you look through that and tell me if there is a Richard Mille or Mille, M-I-L-L-E?
Wait, hold on. Is there a missing Richard Mille? Them bitches are like $500,000.
055 Bubba Watson white ceramic watch. Pretty distinctive as it's white ceramic, so that might help your search.
Okay, I mean, I see a Richie Miller, but only it's a pink one. I don't see a white one.
The pink one Drake gifted to Thug, so there's a missing white one?
To confirm that there is no white one in there, just so you're certain.
You might need more space than that.
Yeah, there's not a white one here.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need. I have no more questions.
Where the fuck is this watch, bro? That's ridiculous if there's a missing watch. Oh no. That's so sketchy, bro. All right, so this is just some lab geek. I think she tested all the drugs that were found. That's it for day 155. Sounds like Fonnie Willis stole that watch. I'm just kidding. I don't know, dude, but that's very sketchy. Why is there a missing watch that's probably worth $500,000 if I were to guess? Hold up. Look at this. Bro. What? This is missing from evidence? All right, hit subscribe. Love you guys. Peace out.